in the modern Instagram and social media age, there is a huge glorification of certain spiritual questions like who am I, what is my purpose, etc. Whereas there is one very important question that all of us need to be asking every single day as we move through life. And that question is, am I moving forward? Am I going ahead in my life? And this is possibly one of those lost arts, and it really doesn't come to our attention because all of us think we are doing something, we are moving forward, running for a job, running with our family, running with certain desires, accumulating a little bit of bank balance here and there, doing whatever acquisition of wealth that we are doing throughout our life. And for those who are not getting sufficient to do all of these things, they at least have that feeling that I am making an effort, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm trying my hands at a business, I'm trying my hands at a side gig, etc. Much of this is an illusion. So as I talk to you today, I want you to really sit down and take a stock of your life. And the way you need to take a stock of this life is through examining if you, like many of us around you, are facing 5 common illusions that are there. The first illusion that a lot of people have today in this very busy world is that effort is equal to progress. There are one too many people out there running around, rushing from meeting to meeting, project to project, business idea to business idea, this influencer to that influencer, this side gig to that side gig, thinking that their effort is leading them somewhere. They are so satiated with action imperative that they're really not seeing the breadth and depth of their action. What they don't realize is that there is very little value, very little direction in what they are doing. Most of those projects, etc., are not yielding anything. If you are in this illusion of effort, the only way to calibrate yourself is start asking this question, that what is the outcome that I am generating? How valuable is that outcome for someone, for an organization, for a team, for a consumer, for a certain product, for a certain purpose? How valuable is my efforts outcome for my family, for myself? The notion of value is to be assessed very, very specifically and regularly in our life. If you do this, this illusion will highly likely go away. And what you will also realize is, if you are generating value, then in that case, there is a positive direction that will exist in your life. So take stock of the effort and the outcomes and the value that you're generating. The second illusion, a very common one that exists again with a lot of people, is that they think that they are achieving certain milestones, and those milestones are progress in life. Companies go on quarter results, then individuals go from promotion to promotion, or one accolade to another accolade, this increment to that increment, this accumulation of wealth to that accumulation of activity, and they think that those milestones are actual progress. Whereas with many of those milestones, they have sacrificed a lot in terms of their relationship, their health, their life itself. If you want to escape the illusion of considering milestones to be progress in life, you have to really ask this question, that what are the positive virtues that you have gained as you went through those milestones? How did your character improve? What are the lessons that you learned? And this one is really a bit more of the internalization of your journey. If you went through your journey, if you went through your milestones, but it did not leave you positive on the inside, if it did not leave you enriched on the inside, if it did not make your character glow, grow, expand, be visible out there, if people did not recognize that you became a much better personality with those successes, then that milestone really wasn't a forward movement in your life. That milestone was just time spent. You must have heard that saying, that are you adding years to your life, or are you adding life to your years? We should go through the progress and the milestones of our life in such a way that it makes us a more enriched human being. The third common lie that many of us talk about, and this is especially for people who get success in life, gain status, gain power, gain stature, buying a house, gaining a good address, buying good vehicles, buying good clothes, buying good gadgets, accumulating wealth of different kinds, stocks, investments, equities in organizations, etc. And for many of these individuals, uh, they do truly grow, but then some of them, that power gets to them. Their emotional maturity doesn't come through. Their grounding in life goes away. The more they go up in life, the more they become disconnected with the realities of life, to that extent that even their faculties, their abilities to do simple things in their life goes away, and they start depending on others. They need servants, they need helps, they need assistance, they need tons and tons and tons of people just to keep their life sustained. You might say that they are putting their time to better use, and it's a common excuse that is given, that as you go up, you need to start putting your time to better use, multiply your money, etc. But the real illusion of power and status is exactly this, that it makes you dependent on others. If you are losing your faculties, if you don't mature, what is the alternative? The alternative is, with that power and status, are you maturing as a human being? Is your intellect truly growing? Is your emotional intelligence truly growing? Is your status really growing? Are you really able to get better with what you're doing? Are you gaining depth in life? That's the whole thing to be looked at. So if you are gaining power and status, remember to pause, to slow down, to check on yourselves, to check on your real growth. Because remember, if there is an untoward event in life, and if that power and status goes away, if whatever your milestones were, they get liquidated, then all that you will be left with is your own self, your own character, and the circle around you. And if you've negatively impacted yourself, and if you've negatively impacted the circle, you will really have no fallback option. And this really happens to a lot of people when they make mistakes in power and status, and then they fall down. The journey upwards might be mercurial, but the journey downways can be far, far, far more mercurially painful. The fourth illusion that many people live, and this is the so-called intellectualization of today. People think by reading books, attending certain seminars, or going through some leadership course, or going from one promotion to another, going from one organization to another, from one job to another, from one job to another, they are changing. They are flexible. They have taken life in their stride. They've taken so much in their stride, and they are moving forward, and they have done this and that. And you talk to people today, they will give you hundreds and hundreds of examples of how they have taken on amazing challenges, amazing projects in life. But when you ask someone very close to them, has this individual truly changed for the better? Many times they are found wanting. In fact, people who are very close, parents, friends, old friends, especially the school and college friends, their partners will tell how these people have regressed. In fact, the very reason why there are so many divorces and challenges, so many disputes amongst partners, so much of dissatisfaction in organizations, is because people today have an illusion that they are changing. Whereas if you really change, you will transform as a human being to become better. You will really shift. You will become a very integrated human being, where all the challenges, the flaws that you have had, you continue losing them. The point of dealing with changing circumstances in life is to really transform and grow. You have to absorb that again for your own self. So keep a check on this. Work on your own transformation as you deal with different aspects of life. Don't collect trophies. Add that transformative energy to your life. And the last thing that I want to speak to you today is a very critical one, and this is a lot more at a spiritual level, but then it also applies to everything else, all material and social aspects of our life. Many of us commonly say, "Oh, I am so aware. I have seen the world. I have traveled the world. I know this. I know that. I have had deep awakenings. I have had deep realizations. I have so much of wisdom." And they will tell you so much that they have accumulated, so many insights, so many rules. Do this, do that. And they can entertain you for a long time and really enthrall you with all that they have amassed in their mind. However, when you look at simple actions of life that they have to perform, they are they are not conscious, they are not conscientious. The values that need to be practiced, the positive contributions that they need to make to their own children, their own spouse, their own community, their own society, or the place of work, or doing things with integrity, and not taking advantage of life and situation and others. They are doing all of those negative behaviors, and that's where, if you truly have awareness, you will be a conscious person, you will be a conscientious person, you will be someone who does the right things, you will play by the dharma, you will not take advantage of the situation inappropriately. Now you may be sitting there wondering that these are very idealistic things when the world around you is going crazy, and which is where precisely the point of what I'm talking about. If the world is living in all of these illusions, you do not need to do that. Awaken before life gives you a rude shake up and a wake up call and gets you to really accept and look at your reality. There is no point of living in an illusion of effort, in an illusion of progress, in an illusion of status, an illusion of knowing, and an illusion of changing. No point of doing that, because life only judges you by who you have become. And at some point in time, you will be found wanting with nobody else standing there to help you. And that world that you're copycatting today will not come to your rescue. You and some loved ones and people who truly just care for you will be there in that struggle. Why do you want to work your way into a struggle that will be very difficult to get out of? If you're habitual to living in illusions, you will have that struggle, and it will not be very easy to face the realities of life. So change today, start today, break your illusions, really go deep with life. Focus on real generation of value. Focus on real character that you need to develop. Focus on gaining depth in your knowledge, understanding, and personality. Really transform yourself, shift yourself, and become a better and a better version of who you are, and be conscientious about your life. Cultivate stillness, cultivate peace, joy, love, harmony, compassion, and such beautiful values that will really stand you good over a period of time. Wish you the very best in becoming the true, genuine, and the best version of yourself.